Hey, what's up? Hello, welcome to another episode of the Anchor Dahn podcast. Aiden and I are here to recap a fun one tonight. Pirates take one. Wait, what did that end up? I
12 to
don't even know.
4.
12-4. Yeah, I have it right in front of me. I
Yep.
just didn't look at it. Pirates take one 12-4 in the series opener against the Braves. Rhino Hearn, the storyline of tonight, the historic night. He has 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. That's the most RBIs in Pirates history and the most RBIs in an MLB game this season. I believe he's the first player to have 3 home runs and 10 RBIs in a game since Ohtani back in 2024. We see
Wow.
Skenes gets his first win since May 12th. He goes 6 full, gives up 8 hits, only 2 earned runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Brandon Lau, 3 hits and RBI, 2 runs scored. Gonzalez and Callahan each had 2 hits apiece. The Buccos sit at 47 and 45. What a fun one that one was, Aiden, huh?
Yeah, that was pretty special to see. I believe he's the 17th player in the modern era to hit for 10 RBIs in a game. Um, one of 4 players ever to have 3 multi-run home runs in a game, which I thought was kind of interesting. Um, and yeah, we got to see Skeens kind of, look back to his regular form here. 8 hits, phenomenal offense. They had some luck there too. I mean, that Michael Harris double, did you catch that, Dyson?
No, I didn't. I wasn't home
It
yet.
was a low way slider, like a good 6-8 inches, 6-7 inches out the zone, and just taps it into right field for a double. Um, a bit of unluck there, but yeah, I mean, it was really special to see. You know, this is a game that can ignite something going forward in this series against probably the top team in baseball. And then let's ride that into the next series, which is a top 5 team in baseball, which puts us at the All-Star break in a good spot, getting through a very rough patch here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mention at the top, but they because I was waiting to see what the if the Marlins game had finished, and they won 6-5 at the end. So
Against who?
Pirates. Let me check. It was because it when I checked before, it was close. It was tied 5-5 late, and the Mariners they beat the Mariners
Oh,
six
okay.
five. Oh, they in the 10th actually.
Wow, the
Um,
AL sucks.
yeah, but so the Pirates still sit at 3 games back in a wild card spot, but 47 wins. And I mentioned this to Aiden before we started recording. I mean, 50 wins before the All Star break. Well, at the All Star break is definitely in reach here. I mean, you got 5 games to grab 3 wins,
Yeah,
and I
right.
mean, yeah, it's. I mean, and I looked it up before. Last time the Pirates had 50 wins at the All Star break was the whole way back in 2013 when they were 56 and 37 at the break.
Wow.
And I mean, that's just like you look at it. It sucks. You're 3 spots out, like or 3 games out. It's kind of been a little bit of a rough patch. They're just playing 500 baseball. They're just seems like they're just staying afloat. But I mean, you look, it's like no matter if they reach 50 wins or not, like this is gonna be one of their best records at the All Star break in a long time. Like
Right. And,
this,
and ultimately, record aside, this might be, I mean, roster wise and performance wise, especially offensively, this is probably one of the better teams we've had in the last century, or this century.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
Noah and I touched on it last week. Like this. I mean, you hear the number thrown around like this team's like top offense, top five offense. Like And last week before we recorded, I just kind of scrolled through all the team offensive stats, and like the lowest they are is at that point last week. So I think it's probably gonna be changed a little bit, but the lowest they were at that point last week when I looked was seventh, and that was in home runs. Hits they lead the league. Average they're second or third. Runs they're second or third. OPS they're second or third. Like
like
RBIs are probably second or third. Like they're they are literally a top three offense in
right.
MLB.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, when do we quit saying, okay, this team's a top 5 offense versus this team is the best offense? Like,
Yeah,
is
I
that
mean,
is that
like
where we're at here? I
I
got it
mean,
here.
they lead the MLB. I know they lead the MLB in hits and
Yeah, they're
like
second. They're second in average, which I think is the most surprising, given. I feel like we're more of a power, like slugging team. But no, I mean,
Yeah.
we hit for average as well. Um, Home runs, we are ninth in home runs, so top 10. We are third in RBIs behind the Dodgers and Nationals. We are first in hits above the Dodgers, above the Rockies, above the Giants, which is kind of surprising. Top 5 in stolen bases. Yeah, it's this offense is so versatile, and that's another thing too that we got speed, we got power, we got average, we got depth. That's another thing that we're not used to. We got guys in the minors coming up hitting well in Valdez and Callahan. We got we got things that typically we don't see. We're used to calling up Emmanuel Valdez and he's hitting 160 and he's hitting cleanup. You
Oh,
know,
we didn't have to call him up. He was the cleanup man. He
right?
he
Oh
was he
yeah,
wasn't a call up. He was the star of the show.
right.
But yeah, like we touched on this before we recorded too. Like Tyler Callahan, 2 hits tonight. Like he's playing pretty. Like he's playing good baseball. He had a 2-run single early Sunday at the Nationals game. Uh, like I'm trying to pull up his average here because I didn't grab that, but um, here it is. He's batting 261 on the year. Now, obviously, I mean it's only 69 at bats, but he's batting 261. He's got 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. He's got an 828 OPS. Like
Yeah,
Tyler Callahan has been a solid piece
absolutely.
to
And
the
he's
bottom of this
he's
lineup.
for sure, and he's stepping up because it's like you look at it, we were missing two of our top 5 hitters in Cruz and Horowitz, um, and we were still a top 5 offense in baseball
We've been
without
missing
those two guys.
Cruz for a good while now. Well, we were missing
Almost,
Griffin for
we're
a
going on
while.
6 weeks.
We're missing Griffin for a while,
We're
and
missing
then
O'Hearn.
right around the time that he was coming back, we lost Cruz, and yeah, O'Hearn was out at the beginning of the year. Like there's been very little time where we've had our lineup at full strength this year, and we're still a top 3 offense.
Right? I mean, we just lost Griffin now, and we put up 11. We went today without Horwitz, Griffin, and Cruz being healthy. Your 3 of your top 5 hitters ultimately, and we put up 11 runs on the number 1 seed in either division, the best record in baseball.
Yeah, I mean
We put up 12 runs. Sorry.
another stat that Jason Mackey put out tonight during the game. Brandon Lau has
Hmm.
63 RBIs. Ryan O'Hearn has 61. The last time the Pirates had 2 players with 60 plus RBIs before the All Star break was in 1990. Barry Bonds and Bonilla. And
And realistically,
Reynolds has
we would.
56.
Wow. Realistically, we would probably have 4 players if O'Hearn and Horwitz stayed healthy. Potentially 5 with
You're talking about Cruz?
Cruz.
Or well,
We could have.
O'Hearn's at this. You mean Griffin? Because you said
Or yeah,
O'Hearn and
sorry,
Holmes.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
we
I
could
mean, like
potentially have 5 players at 60 RBIs if they were all healthy.
I believe Cruz is in the 40s. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he
And
led the team until he got hurt. I
yeah,
want to
like
say.
I mean, it's just Lau 63, O'Hearn 61, Reynolds right behind him at 56. The Pirates have never had 3 players with 60 plus RBIs before the All Star break, and Ryan Reynolds has five games to get 4 RBIs to reach that 60 mark. I mean, that'd be pretty crazy if
Nice.
that happens.
Yeah.
O'Hearn and Loud combined so far this season, 36 home runs, 121 RBIs. I mean, just what they've meant to this team, like it's just
Right. It
unbelievable.
was the perfect. This is the perfect scenario that we talked about in the off season. Like when we got these 2 guys on the team, this was like the ceiling of what we thought they could be, right? And they're performing to the level of like superstardom that we didn't expect but thought was possible, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause-
you talk like Brandon Lau. He's playing better. Like he's playing better here this season than he has in past few seasons before. Like
Yeah, last year
he's
he was an all-star last year, and I think this year's better than his all-star year.
yeah, like he's been solid his whole career the last few seasons, but really, I just off the top of my head, but I believe it was 2021 was the year that he had 39 home runs. Is that correct? I think it was that was
Could
like his
be.
last like really good power year, and he's
Last year was
already
a good one. Last
it
year he
was,
had over 30. Yeah, he had 31 maybe.
but like I don't know the numbers right in front of me from his previous years, but like I mean I think we're looking at one of the better Brandon Lau's seasons of his career.
Absolutely. He's never been a huge average guy. I think he's at 247 on the year. But when you have an 820 OPS with 21 homers and 64 RBIs, like he's sixth in baseball in RBIs.
Yeah,
He's tied for second in OPS among second basemen. Sorry. Um, I don't think we could ask for much better from this.
yeah.
Oh,
I
can
mean,
you hear that?
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I had Braxton Ashcraft highlights playing in my headphones.
No, but
Um,
hey, how about it? Shout out Braxton Ashcraft, All Star. Braxton
yeah,
Ashcraft.
yeah, good for him, man.
That's pretty cool to see. I mean, he's having a great season, and with Skenes not being able to pitch, gave I think and Mizorowski too. So there was a couple uh, pitchers that got in tonight, and
Hmm.
Ashcraft was one of them.
So I got it right here. If Lau hits one more homer, his third most in his career, and we're only halfway through the season,
Yeah, it's crazy.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, he's had 21. He's at 21 right now, and he had 20. He had 31 last year. In 2023 and 24, he had 21, and then 22 he had the injury. He only had 8. But then the year before that, he did have 39 with 100 RBIs, 99.
And Ryan
Um,
O'Hearn, like, I mean, obviously it's easy to say after a night just drove in 10 runs, but he just finds a way to drive in runs. I say it all the time.
that's
He's
oh
just a
yeah,
professional baseball hitter. Like he'll poke it the other way. He'll get along at bat. He'll draw a walk. You don't see
yeah,
you don't really see bad at bats from Ryan O'Hearn, and like he just finds a way to put the ball in play, drive in runs. Like I mean, it's just
absolutely.
Ryan O'Hearn is exactly like when Ryan O'Hearn's up to bat and we need runs. Like I'm confident that Ryan O'Hearn's like late in the game. That's one of the guys, one of the top guys that I want up to bat because
Yeah, I
he just
remember us talking
finds a
about
way.
it at the beginning of the season. Like Ryan O'Hearn is going to be, I thought would be likely the RBI leader for this team. Um, just another thing about him is obviously he has the power. He's at 851 OPS with 16 homers. Gets a lot of doubles. Um, but he's also hitting 293. Like I don't think people
Yeah, I
understand.
didn't realize that.
Yeah, like hitting 290 with an 850 OPS is very rare. Very. I guarantee he's one of very few players with those numbers in baseball. Outside of who? Otani, maybe Bobby Witt.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good average.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean Lau and O'Hearn just I mean you can't state enough how much they've meant to this team and
yep.
how valuable they've been. And then
And,
you
and then
you realize
go ahead.
we still got O'Hearn. We signed him for 2 years. We got him next year too, for sure.
Yeah, we still got Horowitz. We got him locked down for another 5 years. I want to say we got him
Yeah,
for a long
I mean
time.
what a deal we got him on.
Yeah, a guy that will never see the baseball game again in his life for our future first baseman for 5 years. That was the trade. It was Luis
You want to know
Ortiz.
a funny stat on the Tyler Callahan? Tyler
Hmm.
Callahan has we got him for Kyle Nicholas to the Reds, and Tyler
Yeah.
Callahan has actually pitched more innings this season than Kyle
Wow.
Nicholas has in the major
That is
leagues.
crazy.
They mentioned that on the broadcast tonight when the Braves were bringing a position player, and yeah,
Wow.
who'd have thought
Wow.
back in spring training Tyler Callahan would be pitching more innings in the majors than Kyle Nicholas.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
Tyler Callahan's been really well
and then
rounded this year,
and then how about I mean obviously I mean we've touched on this before. Lau getting Lau and Mangum for and Montgomery too, who has been up and down, but for Mike Burrows, I mean
Yeah, right. Like
like
who is at one point had the highest ERA in baseball for qualified pitchers.
yeah, I mean those two trades right there. I mean, on the Callahan Nicholas, like nothing. I mean, Callahan's not producing like Lau, but
Right.
I mean, still
Right.
like it's pretty good
We
for him. I
saw
mean,
something and it's translating, you know?
I mean, and
That's
Key
that's
Brian
good
Hayes too
scouting.
dumped him off. I mean, like Charrington's made some moves. You got to give him that. Like, and there's, I mean, you touched on the Horwitz one. Like, he's made some moves that are like, wow, like, I mean, then, I mean, obviously, then you look like Bednar. We've touched on that too. Like what are you
Right.
doing there? But
Right.
like, he's made some really
It's
good moves the last couple years that have really helped this team.
right. It's
I
we've
mean,
talked about
you're not gonna hit them all. Like the Bednar one, like yeah,
absolutely.
like we said, we could you could have gotten more for that. Like that was a bad one, but like he's hit
Yeah.
some really good ones.
Yeah, we've talked about like what if Bednar was on this team, right? Well, we don't talk about what if the Horwitz trade didn't happen, or
Mm-hmm.
what if that flopped? What if Horwitz never panned out? What if all these what ifs that did pan out? Um, but I think we do tend to highlight Charrington's mistakes, and we look for those just because of how abysmal the last 6 years have been. So when he does make a mistake nowadays, we look and it's like, oh, good old Ben. But you gotta give him his flowers sometimes. Like the Lau trade might be the best trade in baseball this year. I think it probably is.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean the Burrows trade, I should say, probably the best trade in baseball. You traded the worst qualified pitcher in baseball for Jake Mangum, who's hitting 300. Brandon Lau, who is the biggest All-Star snub, and a strikeout pitcher that has had problems, but I mean he's top 10 in Ks per nine, which is cool, I guess. There's something there with him, I guess.
yeah, it's a guy pitching in the bullpen, and
Right.
he wasn't a guy's optioned or
Yeah.
DFA'd like
Yeah, he was tossed in with Brandon Lau and Jake Mangum, two crucial pieces if this team wants to do anything in the playoffs.
yeah. I mean,
For the worst qualified pitcher in baseball. Which also I wouldn't have saw that coming. Mike Burrows was good last year. He
yeah,
was serviceable.
yeah, he was solid.
Yeah.
We've touched on the depth a little bit. And we're talking about Mangum. Let's just throw these numbers
Yeah.
out there. Nicky G, he's batting 314 on the season. I mean that's rocking it up right now. I mean he's been about a 300 hitter, but I remember like end of June, most of June it was about 290, like just under 300. Now he's batting
Yeah.
314 on the season. He's got 41 RBIs, and in
Wow.
July, which obviously only we're sitting here July 7th, so it's short time, but he's batting 538 in July. He's 14 for 26.
My God.
And Jake Mangum, he's batting 305 on the year with 17 stolen bases, and he's batting 375 in July. Like
Wow.
there's those two right there. They just hit they just find way they find holes. They find a way to put a bat on the ball and get it. They just get on base. I mean it's
Right.
those two right there, like kind of unsung heroes of this team. Like they're the ones getting on base to get driven in. And I mean, well, Nicky G. I mean, and then I don't have it in front of me, but we all know his average with running his scoring position is through the roof. Like and has been
Yeah.
all season. He's an RBI machine, and he just hits.
Yeah.
As they've said on the broadcast recently, he just hits. Like he'll slap it
Yeah.
to
I
right.
mean,
He'll like
Nicky G is now top 5 in baseball in average. He is
wow.
he is at fifth, above Jordan Alvarez, above Brandon Marsh, Xavier Edwards, Juan Soto, Otani. Um, yeah, it's like, and then you got Mangum who would be top 10 if he's not technically a qualified hitter,
How
just
many
because
how
of
many at
at
bats?
bats.
How many at bats do you need? I mean, I feel like he's had a
I don't
decent
know. Compa-
amount.
I think it has to compare to like the average, I would assume. But I feel like he's had a lot
Let
too.
me see if
But
I can look that
I,
up real quick.
yeah, Reynolds is sitting at 32nd. O'Hearn is at 15th or 16th, sorry, above Bobby Witt, above PCA. Like it's Spencer Horwitz is at 26th. Um,
So when I looked it up, it said 502 plate appearances over a standard 162 game season, which breaks down to 3.1 plate appearances per team game played.
okay, so you need to average like three of every. Yeah. Okay.
So he's at 213. How many games they've played now? What is that? 47, 45.
It's crazy to me, like this Troy Johnson guy on the Rockies. How does he qualify with only 268 at bats over 83 games?
So it looks.
Has a .2 WAR in his seventh in baseball on average.
I mean, if what I looked up and saw is right, um, Mangum's at 2.3 at bats per team game played. So I
Wow.
mean, he's a little off, but yeah, still, he's 305, and I mean, he's been an everyday
Right.
player recently with Cruz
Yeah.
out and
You
now
know,
Griffin out. Like,
I remember having the conversation with my dad a couple weeks ago when Nick Gonzalez wasn't necessarily hitting. I was like, there's a world where if Nick Gonzalez drops below like 270, 260 and still has no power, there he might be a bench piece. Like there's guys that can take his spot. Um or even a trade candidate. And now I look back, I'm like, how did I even think that? Like
I mean, it is
he
crazy.
is,
It's crazy to see his average at 314 right now, which I mean, it's
yeah,
because it's July. He's batting 530 in July, but like I remember just
right,
seeing the average every time it comes up. Like you call him a 300 hitter, but he was usually sitting just below 300 at about the 290, 295. And I remember
right,
like I don't remember. I actually don't remember seeing him get over 300 on like the broadcast, like seeing it say 300 average until.
yeah,
And now I just see it's 314. I'm like, wow, like I never
right.
thought. Like I mean, that's yeah. He's just hitting the ball. Like he's
Yeah,
finding ways to get hits.
like he doesn't walk very much, doesn't steal many bases, um, has not much power. He's really an average guy, but the key to Nick Gonzalez, what makes him so good is his runners in scoring position, how well he hits in those scenarios.
I mean, you don't even really see
Um,
many doubles from him. It's just,
no,
just
he only has 13 doubles, which it actually isn't terrible, but
yeah. I mean,
only 4 home runs. Uh, yeah, he's your standard average hitter. If you're Luis Arraez, your Otto Lopez, your Yandy Diaz, um, just makes something out of nothing sometimes. Really, he just shortens his swing, gets the bat
he
to the ball.
he honestly hits righties really well.
Hmm.
He might actually be. Is he a reverse split guy?
What does that mean?
He like that he actually hits righties better than he hits lefties, being a right-handed hitter.
Oh, I don't know.
Because
Probably. I mean,
I
I
just
wouldn't be shocked.
remember him hitting righties pretty well, and but I mean, yeah, like we talked about like this lineup up and down. I mean, Andy Rodriguez, he's been playing well. Hopefully, he's not too banged up, which there was no news on him today in the injury report, so I guess no news is good news there. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's playing well. He's in the ball well.
That just goes
Valdez,
back to the depth thing,
I
man.
mean
Just
Valdez
depth
obviously
everywhere.
cooled off a little bit, but he's still found a way. He got a hit tonight. Like he's still finding ways. Yeah, like this. I mean, the lineup is just up and down, just finding ways. How
Yep.
about and just hit me thinking. Listening off those guys there. I mean, how about another night tonight without Ozuna? That
Oh yeah.
might be four straight. I don't think he played at all in the National Series.
Which is kind of like kind of opposite of what I would expect right now. I mean,
I mean,
he's just
I
started to
honestly,
hit well.
I honestly think they've given up on him at this point, without
I
actually.
hey, I'm okay with that. I mean, it was too
Yeah,
little, too late. Ultimately, he was hitting well. I'll give him that. We started to piece together a couple weeks of 300 baseball.
I mean, I
Um,
take this as just quietly giving up on him without actually like DFAing him yet.
yeah. Well, because ultimately, someone else being a DH, even where this team is, even with injuries, is better than having him at.
I mean, like tonight, Lau was DH. Callahan got started second.
Right. Like,
Callahan gets two
because
hits.
there's
Like,
so much depth that the team can afford to
I mean,
do
and
that.
this is, I mean, when Cruz and Horwitz come back, there's no spot for him. I mean, there's zero. Like,
Mm-mm.
so you're gonna
Oh, there's no way.
Valdez. Like, so Hearn's gonna go back to right field. Horwitz gonna go first. Well
Yep.
then, Jake Mangum's batting over 300. Like you gotta want to play him a little bit. Like you're not gonna
Yep.
DH Jake Mangum, but maybe you play
Callahan,
Mangum at
you're gonna
center. You DH Cruz. Like you
Valdez.
yeah,
Valdez
like
is gonna need time.
you're
Reynolds will
gonna
need DH days.
like there's no spot for Marcell Ozuna in this lineup once Cruz and
Yeah.
Horwitz are back.
Well, because he's done everything to lose it, and other guys have done everything to earn it. In
Exactly.
in Callahan, Mangum, Mangum's done everything. You know, as an average hitter with like no power, like him and Gonzalez, you have to hold the standard to yourself that you first off, Jake Mangum plays with his heart and soul on the line, so that helps. But you also like if you go through a slump and you drop 30 points in average, your job is at jeopardy ultimately. Like if
Yeah.
Nick Gonzalez, goes on a rough streak here, drops down to 270 hitter, what value does he give?
Yeah.
You know, when you drop out of the top five average on the team and have zero power,
I mean,
it's
honestly,
it's
I think Mangum's probably been I think a 300 hitter all season, or
most of it.
at least for most of the season. Like it's been a while since
There
he's
was a
been.
point. There was a point where I was like, oh boy, maybe this guy isn't going to pan out.
Yeah, he did have a
A
slow
couple
stretch,
weeks
and then
there.
like, he kind of quietly just like you look like quietly you just like look again. You're like, wow, like he was back up to
Right.
like 315. Like
Well, yeah, and it's like ultimately everyone has bad stretches. If it's early in the season, your numbers, fluctuate more because you got less cushion ultimately in at bats. Um, so yeah, his I don't think his rough stretch was really that as bad as the numbers made it look.
yeah. Let's talk pitching a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
Skenes was struggling for a while. The Philly start was really bad, one of the worst we've seen.
yeah, he did
Of that
not
rough
look himself.
stretch. And then tonight, yeah, like quality start, gets a win. 8 hits, only 4 Ks, but I mean, only 200 runs. He got out of some jams. Like I didn't see the first inning, but was the first inning kind of seemed like it was still spraying it a little bit, like kind of missing some spots.
Yeah, he had a walk. Did he let up a run in the first inning?
Yeah,
Or
he
was that
did.
the second?
There was a
Yeah,
double and then a single.
yeah. Yeah, it just wasn't quite hitting the spots, but I don't know, really bounced back. He in that third inning specifically, Michael Harris poked that ball out for that double, and that was like one of his better pitches of the night to me. Like that slider was perfect location, you know, velocity was there all night actually. Um, Michael McHenry mentioned this in the post game show. First pitch of the game was 97. Skeens' last pitch of the game was 97.5. So he held that velocity throughout the whole game, which again, 97 isn't the Skeens that we've seen before, but I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
complaining about
I think he did
97.
touch. I think I have it written down. If someone put it out, I think he did hit 98 at one point. So I mean,
Yeah,
97, 98, but
right.
98. I mean, because
I'm okay
last
with
week,
that. You know,
last week he was. I think his fastball was touching like 94. Like he was like
yeah,
really
it was
low, and
really
like,
weird.
but yeah, back up to 98. Like you can live with that. It's not the 100 that rookie Paul Skenes was throwing. Like the,
Right.
but 98 is. I mean, he's getting back up there. It's good to see. It's like I was saying this before we started recording. Like it's not like, oh my goodness, like it's not the headline of the night. Like, well, obviously because O'Hearn just had a historic night, but it's not like a like, wow, Paul Skenes, like Cy Young Paul Skenes is back, like this, like Cy
Right.
Young like back on, like, but it wasn't that at all. Like it wasn't like eight hits. Like he had some jams he had to get out of there. I forget what inning it was, but there were some runners on, and Olsen was up, and he got a ground ball double play. Like he was
Hmm.
able to get out of jams, which is a good sign. But there were some jams that he was in,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Those first 3 innings, I think he got up
yeah, he threw a lot of pitches.
over 50 pitches.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
it was 100% a step in the a clear step in the right
Oh, yeah.
direction. Like it was
That
quality
fourth or
start.
fifth, he had a 5 pitch inning, and he gave a
Yeah,
little smile and walked like
yeah,
that. That's what I think that inning right there really helped. Again though, like this is something that maybe I'm just being really particular and picky, but like a 5 pitch inning is awesome, but they put the ball in play all 3 times on the first pitch,
yeah. I
like
mean, only
or
four
two of the three
strikeouts too.
times.
Like
They're
like
seeing him, like
it's
they're piecing him up, but the ball's just ultimately there's only so much you can do to control where the ball lands as a hitter
yeah,
for the most part, right? So I don't know. Only 4 strikeouts. That's the only concern. That's the only complaint, quote unquote, I had for
I
today.
saw it somewhere. I could be wrong. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but I think it was 9 whiffs. Um,
Yeah, like 9 whiffs. I mean, that's good,
I mean,
but like we're
sorry,
used to
12.
like
It was 12 whiffs. Ninth
okay.
quality start was the nine that I was thinking of, but 12 whiffs.
I'm
12
not mad at
whiffs.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to a little more. It's a little tick
But
down,
yeah,
but
like we said, like this isn't like vintage like rookie year and last season Paul Skeens like Cy Young is back on like, but this is a clear like much better Paul Skeens,
yes, this
clear
is him
step in the right
improving in the right. Yes,
yes, clear
yeah,
step in the
this
right
is him
direction.
working
Like
back to
I
the
think
form.
I think you can say Paul Skeens is back on track.
Yeah, I didn't think it took. I didn't. I
I
wasn't
mean,
looking for too much. You know,
yeah,
he had a handful of bad starts. Everyone does in their career. Um,
but I
everyone
mean
will every single year.
the big thing to me was the velocities back up, which is really good to see because
Yes,
that was a
definitely.
concerning question. Was like why did the velocity kept dropping? It's he started the season with the velocity a little lower than the beginning. Like even when he was pitching well, the velocity wasn't hitting as high as he was previous seasons. And then like it just kept dropping and dropping. And I'm pretty sure last week he got down to like 94, and it's like whoa, like what in the world? Like what is going on here? And that's why we're like injury, like what the like what's wrong? And like
Yeah,
now to see it back up at 98, 97, like
right. I
that's
think
one thing that's much better for me.
yeah. I think Murphy has got him. I think he had him in some sort of like handcuffs all year. I really do. I think he influenced him in a way that you can't control how a superstar pitches a game. You have to give him a leash. You have to give him freedom to pitch the game how he wants to. And ultimately, Paul Skeens is a hard throwing pitcher that goes after strikeouts. And when you try to manipulate this guy to be someone he's not, I think that hurt him. And I think the handcuffs have been loosened a little bit. And we saw that today.
Yeah,
He looked more himself. You know what I mean? If he wanted to throw a pitch, he had the ability to pitch it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean overall,
It just felt it
good
felt
start in the right
more
direction.
comfortable. Yeah.
Um, so Skenes aside, I mean, Mitch Keller still just what was it? Is starting. He started in Philly, correct? Oh no, it's Nationals. He started in game one of the National Series, and was
Yeah, it's
just getting pieced up. Like
they're
he
definitely
is.
piecing them up.
I mean, he's still just out there throwing batting practice. It's.
It's hard contact, it's bad spots, it's home runs, it's
I mean, what do
hanging breaking balls, it's middle fastballs. It's
I mean,
everything bad.
we're over 2 months now of not just bad, but terrible, like terrible Mitch Keller.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen him this bad since what, one of his first 2 years.
Like I don't at this point I don't know like does he have whatever Dennis Santana has? Like are they like does he have the dead arm the somehow like
Yeah, like
it's just
what happened?
I mean
You
it's
just
like
fell off a cliff.
I think it might just be beyond like turning it around at this point. Like it's really bad. And honestly like I think
Right.
getting worse. Like it's he's just out there like throwing batting practice.
Well, this is something that obviously Mitch Keller is to blame ultimately. You know, you don't digress. You don't get that much worse because of certain situations. But I think a factor in it is I don't think Murphy is doing very well, which is it's hard to say obviously because as a fan you only see so much of what goes on with pitching coaches, right? But ultimately you've had your veteran cornerstone in Mitch Keller become a horrible pitcher over the last 2 months. You've seen um, Paul Skenes not be himself in a sense. Um, I'm not going to call him a bad pitcher this year, but he's had certainly some rough spots. His velocity's dropped. You've seen Dennis Santana, yeah, like you said, the dead arm thing. You've seen him just completely die after having last year an all-star caliber season. Are these all just what do you think? Is this does this somehow tie back to Bill Murphy, or is this all different things happening to all these pitchers?
And,
Like does
yeah,
does does Dennis Santana's problems and Mitch Keller's problems and Paul Skeens' problems correlate in any way?
yeah. Noah and I touched on this a good bit last week because
Yeah,
we were pretty mad at Bill Murphy because I think the Soto blown save was in there and like but yeah we talked about Bill Murphy a good bit. Now I think there's a Bill Murphy problem because
yeah,
we touched on this last week. The team ERA April 3.78 1.23 WHIP. May 4.05 ERA, same 1.23 WHIP. June 4.83 team ERA,
oh my
1.42 WHIP.
God,
Like the team that's pitching as a unit is regressing month to month,
right,
and even the guys that you've seen start this season well, Skeens, um, Soto, I mean, he's still been solid. He's been good, but he up and down.
yeah,
Montgomery started pretty well. Like he was, and he's
yeah,
kind of
yeah, oh yeah,
fallen off a little bit.
yep.
Even
It's weird. The
even
only guy that has held constant outside of Ashcraft, I'm talking bullpen here, has been Evan Sisk,
yeah,
which is just so
I was
random.
even going to throw Ashcraft in there a little bit, not as the sense of like Skeens or Keller, but I mean, he didn't fall off. Like he's
No,
still Ashcraft's still been solid, like
he's an
all star
all-star.
caliber. Like
Yeah,
he's still been really good. But I feel like there was a little bit of like not I don't want to use the word fall off, but he did, and he didn't. It wasn't a regress either, but he wasn't. I feel like there was a little bit of a time where like beginning of June, maybe end of May. Like I don't remember exactly, but like he wasn't as lights out as he had been at the beginning.
yeah.
But that's getting nitpicky. At that point,
Right.
it's
Well,
he's
when
still
you see mistakes out of these sure arms in Ashcraft and Skeens, you start to question like how strictly are they following orders?
yeah.
You know?
Like I'm like Ashcraft clearly he's still been solid. He's but I'm just throwing him in there in the full group as
Right, right.
pitching as a unit
Bubba.
is Bubba. Bubba is I think Bubba's the only one on the opposite side where the only one that's actually gotten
Oh,
much better as the season
yeah,
goes on.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, he's
Now,
definitely improved.
I want to touch on Bubba though, like which is a good transition. His stat line, like I just checked real because I thought I was gonna throw it out there and be like Bubba's been this good recently. His stat line actually does not look good. His ERA is still well over 4. He's got like a 4.78 ERA in his last 3 starts, but like he
I
if you
think you got
watch
to break him down because
yeah
yeah,
no
you
yeah
watch
like
and it's good.
you watch the games and like I think like if someone said like it's Bubba Chandler pitching really good right now, I didn't look at his stats, I'd be like yeah like Bubba's been solid, like Bubba's been pitching
Right.
well,
Yep.
like and it's just like what was it? I think it was the game in Philly that he
I think the bullpen gave him 3 earned runs. I think.
yeah I think he left he might have left with giving up 3, and I think there were 2 of his guys on and Matson like gave him up immediately, and then he
Yeah.
gives up 5 earned runs, and
Yep.
um
And
Mariners game.
I think he was at 1 earned run until that inning. He let up 2 more.
Yeah. It was like I think it
Something
was the
like
7th.
that.
It was he pitched
Yeah.
6 and a third. He got an out, gave up a run, and then he had 2 guys on, and Matson gave. So yeah, like that. Like he was pitching really well in that, and then here in DC on Sunday, he was he I think he gave up 4 earned runs, but he pitched well. Like it wasn't bad.
Right.
Um,
We've known since day one his stuff is just disgusting.
yeah,
Like
like he
we've
pitched
known
well.
his slider.
And then the Mariners start that I was also at. Like I think that was actually his one like good, really good statistical line. I don't think he. Well, let's see if I still have it up here. He only I think he only gave up one. Here it was. Um, he got the win in that one. He threw only 5 and a third, but only 5 hits, 1 earned run. Still 3
Yeah.
walks, but like yeah, like I
You can
said,
live
like
with
if
3.
someone if someone just walked up to me and was like, "Is Bubba Chandler like been pitching good?" Like I'd be like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
he's been pitching well." Like, but like his stat
Definitely.
line,
But
like
especially as a fifth starter right now, which I mean, I think Mitch Keller's probably that fifth starter, but um
but yeah, I mean,
the
yeah,
last the last month or two, I want to say he's been keeping the games in reach. You know, ultimately, especially with how good this offense performs. Like if you let up, it's so cool to see if you let up 5 runs, in your start, which Bubba's done, which Skenes has done, Keller's done. It's not all hope is necessarily lost because this offense can support
was
these pitchers.
was this a Skenes start in Philly that I was saying in the group chat when they went down 5-0, and I was like, oh, like somehow the offense will tie this 5-5, and then they'll lose 10-6,
Yes,
and
yes, you did
the
say that.
I think the Pirates ended up scoring, I think, 6 runs, but it ended up being like
Yeah,
12-6 or 12-7 or
it
something.
was
But
it
like,
was like 10-6 in the seventh or eighth inning, and I
but
texted you. I
basically,
remember that.
my point, like actually did come true. Like the offense can get back those runs, and then, but yeah,
Yep.
in this offense, it's just because really the pitching unit has been it recently. It's been pretty. I'll say it's been pretty bad. Like
It's been bad. Yeah, it
the
really
I mean
has.
the bullpen. I mean, obviously we talked about it all season. The bullpen's been horrendous, but now like the starting pitching honestly really hasn't been good, and that's what was good at the beginning of the year. And this
Right.
offense just like another 11 plus hit game tonight, 12 runs.
It
Like
was it's been a total curveball. Like, did anyone expect this for this team? Like beginning of the year, we thought elite pitching staff and a league average offense, and we might be a playoff team. It's it's the opposite. It's probably overall league average pitching staff, maybe slightly under that, and an elite offense. Like it's totally opposite of what I even think the team expected.
yeah, let's we've been talking for a while now, but let's
Yeah.
wrap up with a few, touch on a couple other topics quickly here. I mean, obviously, so we hear take the gut punch today that Konnor Griffin suffered a injury in his left ring finger over the weekend. If
That's
you
just
see,
unfortunate, man.
yeah, it's
Like,
just like, and of course it's on him making some like web gem catch, like diving halfway into left field.
yeah,
But
right.
so he'll be out 8 to 10 weeks, and that just luckily Ryan O'Hearn saved the day. But it's like it sucks. But we see what this offense can do. I mean, so Don. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but Don Kelly said it today. Jared Trullo will get most of the starts at shortstop, and I mean, I don't know. Like everyone kind of panicked right away and was like, this like because they did have a losing record, a couple games under 500 while Griffin was gone last time he's injured. But
Yeah.
everyone panicked and it's like I don't know if they can sustain this. Like season might be over, but I don't know. I think
I've
they'll be all right. I mean, Cruz and Horwitz aren't back yet. They'll be back shortly after the All-Star break, I believe.
yeah.
And yeah, what are your
He
thoughts? I mean, obviously it sucks. You're losing your face of your
oh my
franchise for
gosh,
2.5
yeah.
months. Like, but
I
this
think
offense
this
I think
team
shows it can figure it out.
for sure. I think this team's built ultimately to survive without him. We didn't know when he was going to get called up. They went into the season without him. They can survive through the All-Star break here. And I don't think there was a better time, honestly. If you're going to be out 8 to 10 weeks, a week of it's 8 by the All-Star break, and then you come back right before the stretch.
I mean, hopefully he's back in
Heat up, heat up down
late
the
August,
stretch.
early September for what should be hopefully a playoff push.
Yeah, it sucks. It totally sucks. But if you had to take positives away from it, like he's not missing as many games because of the All-Star break, which really doesn't help too much. But
But yeah, like
and then coming back at a perfect time.
yeah, it's just hopefully they can stay in contention and be within
Yep.
striking distance for
And
a
and
push
and
when
the
he comes
other
back, and I think they can. I think
yeah, the other thing is like we've seen this team be able to perform without guys. Like we've seen people step up. Now losing him at shortstop kind of sucks because that means Triolo is probably an everyday starter. Definitely sucks. Like losing Cruz, we got serious depth in that outfield. Um, but that left side of the infield's a little thin. But I can again, this is why Triolo's here. I can live with it. This is exactly like
he as much as I've hated on Trillo, I didn't check his average, but at least to the eye test, he's been hitting better. Like he's getting hits. Like
yeah.
he just has no
He's a bad
has
hitter. Like
he just has no power. Literally
yeah,
doesn't even get extra base hits.
no.
And
He's
but
a
yeah,
bad hitter, but where would the left side of this infield be without
yeah. I mean
him?
he's
Defensively. It'd be
yeah
Nicky G
it's
and Tyler Callahan,
yeah I'd assume so yeah yeah
and
Callahan go through
that's not good.
yeah.
Neither of them are very good
I
defenders
mean
at all.
I've seen this idea thrown around a little bit on Twitter. Just I mean kind of a dream scenario. But what are your like thoughts on any idea that happens as they move Cruz to shortstop until Griffin gets back and Mangum stays at everyday center fielder?
I I wouldn't hate it if I trusted Cruz to be able to adjust. I
Yeah,
just think we saw
a
such
mid
an ugly adjustment when we moved him to the outfield that I don't think he'd adapt very well.
like I think as a fan, it's just like yeah, that's our best lineup.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
like let's do it. But then it's just like yeah, I don't a mid season switch like that. Like I don't know if
Yeah,
and
like
I
Cruz
think
is
there's
like
like
kind of a dumb guy. Like
yeah,
he's just very not intelligent, it seems. Like he
like if you
can't
do that
adapt.
like if you do that with someone like Bobby Witt or like maybe if it was like I don't know like I just he's first name off my head but like a baseball guy like I don't know how
Right.
to even like throw it out there but like it just seems like O'Neal Cruz is like baseball like IQ or just like he's just I don't know it's but like
He's very unprofessional in a sense. Like he can't adapt well. He doesn't we talked about I was talking about this with Nick earlier actually. Um like he can't even read a baseball sometimes like off the bat. And I'm like I think as I think I could do that 99% of the time. Even in a give me a major league hitter off the bat, I can read the ball in the outfield. I think that is like, I think any major league player could do that, and he can't, and it blows my mind.
Yeah, I
Like
think
he
it's
makes
like a
so many like terrible reads where I'm like, how did you like? What is your brain thinking?
it's yeah. I mean, it's like a dream scenario. Like obviously lineup wise, like it would like just be
Oh
a
yeah,
better lineup. But like, who knows? Maybe down while he's down in Bradenton right now, getting some baseball activity up. Maybe he's taking ground balls. Maybe he's
maybe.
maybe he's taking reps at shortstop.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, ultimately it's like, yeah, you get ultimately you're replacing Triolo with Cruz and then Cruz with Mangum.
yeah.
Like that would definitely be ideal. You
I mean, at
get
this point, I don't hate Mangum being an everyday player. He's
no,
an
no, I
average
don't
guy.
think
Like
he's earned it.
yeah. I mean, well, then the other side of that is what are the chances they a somehow trade for a short like a slightly like a above league average shortstop, or just somehow get someone off waivers, or get like
Do we want to get into trade talks?
yeah, let's not spend too much time, but we gotta get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's get into trade talks a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, you start thinking like, is there any way they can get a slightly like maybe a league average or a slightly above league average shortstop at a cheap price? Like,
I think I don't think that's where this team's focus needs to be. I think it could be an option, but
I mean, yeah,
obviously
obviously, if
right
I mean,
now it's
obviously, yeah, it's
bullpen.
bullpen. Like, yeah,
Right.
that's what we've been talking about the whole time.
Um
It's clearly bullpen, but
Now, again, sometimes trades are easy for you. Sometimes you get offered and you just got to think about it for a minute. You don't have to actually correlate anything. So I guess if the right trade came to us,
or maybe at some point they get a guy off waivers or somehow just stumble upon that, like
yeah,
last year when the Pirates DFA'd IKF. I mean, I guess
yeah,
that'd be like pretty late. Like that happened pretty late, but I just first name came
no,
to my head.
yeah,
But like it's just something like that, like a guy that like a veteran that you could trust to just fill that hole.
right. Now
But
I'll
I mean,
say this. I'll push back on that a little bit. It's like there's probably not going to be a very good DFA candidate. If there
yeah. I
is
mean,
like an
obviously they're
IKF
getting
or
DFA'd.
something,
Obviously they're getting DFA'd for a reason. Yeah.
right? And it's like I think I would rather just roll Triolo than try to pick up really anyone off of waivers.
Yeah. I
Because
mean, I think.
ultimately he's a sure glove and a pretty bad hitter, and I can
I mean,
just really.
I honestly I think the offense can be fine.
Oh yeah,
Like
oh yeah.
we're still. I mean, now I honestly
Pinch hit Callahan for Triolo in the eighth inning in a tight situation, and let him play third and move Nick Nuno.
like
Like
honestly I take tonight as like an outlier of the 12 runs because I mean O'Hearn drove in 10 of them, but so you can't really. But I mean, still they had a
right,
ton of
right.
hits. Like they had a ton of hits. So and the guys were out there from the drive in. But so 12 runs tonight. They scored. I believe it was. They might have gotten 12 Sunday when I was there. I forget. It was definitely at least 11. But like I mean, there's been so many games now. They've been like 10 plus hits, and like, and this is without Cruz and Horwitz, and then today without Griffin. Like they
Right,
they've been doing it with guys hurt and out of the lineup. So I honestly
right.
I think having Tree in there, and I mean now at the bottom of the lineup when you go Tree and Hank Davis back to back, then
Yeah,
then
that's
and
pretty ugly. But
then that's kind of bad. But
you got seven like solid guys in front of him.
yeah,
That's the cool part. Um, I just want to say real quick, this team is third in runs in baseball behind the Dodgers and the Nationals.
yeah. How close to the Nationals? They gotta be kind of close now after that series.
It's 487. We're at 487. The Dodgers are at 492. The Nationals are at 500.
Oh, Nationals
Pretty
lead the
wild.
league now.
Yeah. Us and the Nationals are such similar teams. Like really
Yeah,
bad bullpen,
yeah, they're
underwhelming.
yeah,
What?
yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just basically saying what you were saying.
Yeah. Like their starting pitching isn't great, but actually it's worse than ours.
Yeah, like,
Their
but
bullpen's
yeah,
not
I mean their
great.
offense, they got the speed, they got the power, like
Yeah, their
they
offense
got the
is
average
crazy.
guys, like, but and then yeah, their bullpen is just, I mean, for goodness sakes, they picked up Justin Lawrence. Like
Yeah, that
they're
is
trying him
wow.
out. Like
Yeah,
that's when you're in trouble.
yeah, it's pretty rough.
Then one thing I want to touch on real quick. So like, so you look at the wild card race.
Uh-huh.
I'm pulling it up real quick to get the teams. So you got the Cubs. They're game and a half up. They got the first spot. Phillies are game up. Marlins have the last spot right now. Cardinals are ahead of us at 2 games back. We're 3 games back. Nationals 3.5. Diamondbacks, Padres, and
Like I don't like that at all, by the way.
but so I still think the Cardinals will eventually fall.
Yep, me
I'm kind of
too.
surprised that they're up there. Nationals, I don't take seriously. They're like we just said, they're kind of the same as the Pirates, and
Then
I
can you
really
take the Pirates seriously?
yes I do, but
Okay.
but but I don't know. The Nationals, I just well, there's talks going on that the Nationals might even still be sellers, even though they're in contention.
Wow.
Like there's
That would
a
be
like people
pretty
like
sad.
there's talks that there's like they still might even sell. Like they just like I feel like they kind of just stumbled into like a good season or like a above average season, above 500 season. Like they really I don't think we're supposed to be like that good this year.
No, they
And
weren't. Which
and
is
then
cool. Like good for them, like
and
it's
then honestly, I mean the Diamondbacks and the Padres like they've both just been kind of like on a backward slide for the last 2 weeks. Like
yeah, but
The Padres are 1-9
oh wow.
in the last 10, and like
But it's
I mean
scary
yeah
that
like
like
I mean yeah they're still good. Like those are solid teams, but like I don't know. I like where the Pirates are at. Like I think that they're. I mean they've
yeah.
as much as like it sucks that they've been at 500 baseball and just like staying around 500. Like also look at the plus side of they've avoided a long losing streak in a long time. Like they haven't had a bad losing
Yeah.
streak in a
Oh
long
my
time.
God. I would rather float like this. The offense play phenomenally. This is if
Like
you're
this
playing
is
500 ball, you're learning.
like
You're not
if they can
learning.
stay like this until the deadline, like they're 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 probably still gonna buy. Like if they're like
Yeah.
if they can stay afloat like this and keep treading water, I mean,
Oh, for sure.
if they can find somehow, like obviously, Braves and Brewers right now, two of the best teams in baseball, and then it's Cleveland and the Yankees after the All Star break, and then the Cubs. But if they can somehow find a way
My
at some point
God. Is that really
to,
what it is?
yeah, the Yankees, and then the Cubs. But
Oh, that's disgusting.
if they can somehow find a way to go on a win streak, or just go like get like 7 or 8 of 10, something like that,
Against serious contenders too.
yeah. If at some point in the month of July they can go on a streak and get a good win streak going, like and really just
Yeah.
jump up to like 5, 6 games over 500, and maybe then probably slide into that last wildcard spot, like yeah,
Yeah, you
and
get
before
you
and
get
that's and
so
then you
much more.
where they're clear buyers, like I'm honestly I like where they're at. I'm comfortable with where they're at. They're
Yeah,
and like we've said, they're missing Cruz and Horwitz, and like
right.
the
You
bullpen
get
is
so
still
much
terrible.
more.
Like
Yeah. You get so much more playing these like tough stretches like this than just like a win or even a series win. You get to see, we don't go to Wrigley for a while, but like we get to see the Cubs here in July. You get to see ultimately a playoff team. You get to see what works against them. You get to see what doesn't. You get to see their pitching. You get to see their approach. And this team has shown all year long they adapt so well to so much adversity, especially offensively. Like I think we're getting a good look at the Braves here, and we already played them once this year. If we do make the playoffs and run into them, I think this offense is going to be more than ready for this pitching staff, for this
yeah,
bullpen. And I think that's very overlooked across the league. We're going to get that with the Cubs, and there's a high chance if we make the playoffs, we probably run into the Cubs. Um, it's I don't know. You get to see these things that are very overlooked, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just. I'm just yeah, I'm comfortable with where they're at. Like right now, I mean, now after tonight's when they're back up to 2 games over 500. Yeah, they're treading
Yeah,
water, but you'd rather
that's
tread water
it.
than sink, huh?
Absolutely.
And then, like, real quick, I want to touch on this. It might be could be quick, but if we get into a debate, it might go longer. But
Yeah.
Starkey and Limits were talking about it on the getting into a little bit of a debate on the Pump and Joe show today on the Fan, but it all stemmed from just because Starkey was talking about the lineup and extension and stuff like that, and extending Lau, and someone, I think a caller, and then Limits agreed, and then so it got into a debate. But um, so it got set up from talking about Lau extending 4 years, and I forget the number, but 4 years, and then Cruz. It was someone said they'd rather have Lau extended 4 years than Cruz 4 years if everything was like numbers, everything was same. Just who would you rather basically who would you rather have as a Pirate for 4 year
Right.
extension, Lau or Cruz? And
I agree with that. Wow.
limits went Lau. Starkey was saying Cruz, and Starkey
Oh.
just couldn't believe that people were saying Lau because then they started taking callers, and I actually called in, and I went with limits and said Lau, and I basically said just the consistency, and I think the reason that so many Pirates fans and people that were calling in, most Pirates fans would probably take Lau, is because we've seen an inconsistent, sometimes pretty bad and frustrating O'Neal Cruz.
Cruz is the most frustrating player in baseball to watch.
Yeah, and
He just is, you
and
know?
Lau comes here, and I mean, he's everything we've needed. Like we've talked to him about him and O'Hearn tonight, but Lau, like, he's been like a hero to the Pirates. Like it's and Pirates fans, like we like, especially people our age, like we haven't seen something like Lau, like a power hitter like this. Like it's just it's
Yeah,
been
like you,
and
you got you got a
it's
season
been
out of Josh Bell, you know what I mean?
yeah, like Brandon Lodge has been a
Like,
hero for the Pirates. So like I think that's like where like, and then Starkey was saying like there's no way that O'Neal Cruz does not bring back a better trade package than Brandon Lau. And now I would probably agree with that. I think, and Cruz is younger too, so you got to take that into account.
right.
I think Cruz looks better to other teams, and like, not saying he's the better player, but he probably being younger, he's probably the better looking to other teams. But I think as a Pittsburgh Pirate fan and just already seeing Cruz, I think it's kind of like it kind of distorts our like view of it. It's kind of why I said that most people are probably taking Lau in that debate.
Yeah. I think the problem with Cruz is 9 out of 10 times you see him on the baseball field, you are being annoyed. It is either a bad at bat or an error in the outfield or even like just like a sketchy play, you know?
Yeah,
But then
like
there's that
he
one
ends up
time,
catching it, but he takes a terrible
right?
route to the ball.
Yep. Then once a week you get like a home run that, you know, goes in the Allegheny and you're like, "Oh my God, he's so back. This is the O'Neal Cruz that we need." And listen, O'Neal Cruz has been very productive. This has been a good year for him. This has
Yeah,
been I couldn't ask for much more. I mean, he was on pace for 30-30. Yeah, like so it's but he makes it so difficult to root for him. Like he could have had a 30-30 season and he still would have been the most frustrating player in baseball to
hey, I mean,
watch.
luckily I mean, at least I think he. I mean, there's no way he's on pace for it now to break the strikeout record that he was on pace for because he's been out
Right,
so
right.
long.
And
But
I can accept that he is a strikeout guy. Like the power comes with that, you
yeah,
know, that's
yeah,
normal. But
but it's just
when you strike out that much, like
yeah. I'm
that's
taking
ugly.
yeah. I'm just taking Loud. I think just because the consistency and I think it's just because we've seen such a frustrating Cruz and we've seen Lau here for one season. And he's been a hero, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
but yeah. Anything else you want to touch on real quick before we end this one?
Nah, I think that about covers it. Ryan O'Hearn,
He's the
you the
man.
man. He is the man. Um,
He got that curtain call.
yeah. I mean, I'm still lost for words. We didn't talk like a crazy amount about it, but like
That third one was
just
off a lefty too. It was a lefty home run.
I was just like, my eyes were just like, I was lost for words. I didn't say anything. I was sitting right here. And I was just like,
I couldn't believe he hit the third one. I was
yeah,
like even the second one, it was like, oh my gosh, because it was back to
like
back at
seven
bats.
RBIs.
And
Yeah,
then then he gets out, and then he hits a single, and then it's like the seventh inning, and then it's like, and then Lau comes up in the eighth, and it's like he's good. Like O'Hearn's gonna get another bat here, or he didn't bat. Then I guess it would have been the eighth, but like it's like Lau's or O'Hearn's gonna get another bat, and then he comes up and hits a freaking home run. It's like what the heck? Like
yep.
I couldn't believe it, but yeah, Pirates take game one from the Braves. They two more. Jones and Keller will go Tuesday, Wednesday, and then three against the division rival Milwaukee Brewers over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'll
And
be there
Sunday,
Sunday. Noah and I will
sun,
be there Sunday.
Sunday we'll see Paul Skenes, Jacob Mizorowski
Yeah,
heading into the
I'm
All Star
excited for
break.
that.
So that should be fun. But we'll be back at you early next week, Monday or Tuesday, to recap it all during the All Star break. But until then, hoist the cone and Anchor Dahn.